Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Building Blocks of Lower Thirds. My name is Ana Gil.
And I'm Fuljens Henry. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Alicia, Valerie.
I have to smile for Alicia. I'm smiling. Smile.
Wait, did I miss this? Because
Yeah.
my phone just right.
Yeah.
You know, Alicia, we were like this morning. Everything just like happened at once, and like in 1 minute, we have to get like a lot of stuff done for other things. So I'm glad you're smiling. You're all set.
Yeah, and I put Anna in a bad mood this morning, everyone. So
He did.
Yeah.
He sure did.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah, but now you can make it up
Yes.
live.
We're making it up live.
Yeah, he's gonna do this. So good morning, everyone. Over here we're drinking actually
ENN water.
I did make Ian and coffee, but we didn't have a chance to put it in the cup. But I have water, so it's so good.
I'm drinking ENN water.
Yeah, you know what? And people say like, "Oh, you shouldn't cheer with water," but you know, water is delicious. And here,
And then
It's
the pH level is
It's
nine.
nine. yeah, that's the thing. Edward Burns, hello, and of course, hello, Paul. Thank you so much for being here, waking up so early for us.
Yes, and hello, Valerie. Good to see you here.
Yes, Jaden, hello.
Hello.
Yes, let's do this. Let's bring the comments because we're saying hello, but we're not bringing the comments on the screen. And as
Okay.
you all know, comments are awesome on the screen, and we can do. Here we go, Alicia on LinkedIn. Yes, love my LinkedIn people. Love my LinkedIn
Burns.
people. Yeah, Edward Burns is on LinkedIn also. I love this. Let's see all the
They had to
LinkedIn.
deal with me too. Oh, he said hi to Valerie.
Yes, and anyway, everyone in the comments would have Valerie, and Miss Valerie is a Ecamm fan member, but she also is a backup singer for one of my favorite artists, Diana Ross. So you guys say hello to Valerie. She has some awesome times. Tyler, all
What's up, Tyler?
right.
And cannot forget Dr. Omar.
Dr. Omar, that is your next product, right? Ecamm water. You know, is that what it is, Dr. Omar? We have some. We are actually going to be talking about lower thirds and how to create amazing lower thirds, and we're going to be integrating it with Uno overlays, which is something that the app that we showed last Friday. So if you were not here last Friday, you're going to absolutely love this.
Yeah,
Love it,
yeah.
love it.
And then you know, also over the past few days, I designed a lower third, a building blocks lower third in Keynote, just to show like the different layers and animations you can use to create a dynamic overlay or lower third in using Keynote. So we'll share that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool for me too to see. So yes. G. Albert, hello.
Giava, yes, Uno works very nicely.
And okay, oh my, well maybe we will have Ecamm water. I think if we would have had coffee, I would have been like super hyper this morning. Extra hyper. But okay, so everyone is ready to learn this amazingness. We're gonna talk about the basic of lower thirds because I don't know about you, but for me, when I first started live streaming in 2020, I had no clue what a lower third was. Of course, I had seen it on on news and in movies and documentaries, but I didn't know the name of it. So when I had my show, I was like, oh my gosh, I want that thing that, that writes the name. And here I am Googling it. And Google's like, girl, what are you talking about? And then finally I found it. So we're going to go over what the basic of lower thirds so that for those of you who know what you want to see on your live streams, but don't know the name of it, we got you. Okay. How was it for you? Like, do you know when you first started live streaming, do you know about a lower third?
No, not at all. I had to do all the research. I looked up YouTube and then came across the Ecamm Live community, and one thing led to another. right? And then here I am designing lower thirds with you. But I had no clue what people were talking about. And you know who else definitely helped along the way? Bradley Vincent.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Bradley Vincent broke everything down. I was like, that's what a lower third is. That's what a countdown overlay is.
Right.
That's what an overlay is, all just in general.
For sure.
That's what a bug is,
Yeah.
right? So he really helped break it down.
Yeah. Bradley Vincent is a goat, when it comes to that. And that's where I learned also lower thirds. And I was looking at my past live streams and I was seeing my lower third and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. They're so cute. They have evolved. So what about you guys? Like, how do you find out what a lower third was? Like the name of it and what an overlay was? Because if we might know, we might have an idea of what we want, but if we don't have the name of it, we're not going to find it.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. So, okay. You do, Spaja. Hello. This cup actually, it is, what is it? Oh my gosh. It's a limited edition on ENN. So Ecamm Network News, which is the show that we stream every Monday. And we have contests there. And this is where you can win this cup. Yeah, so hint, hint for everybody. Okay, so let's get started first. We're doing something new. So bear with us here. We actually have a PDF and the PDF is complete. So here we go. Alicia, no clue. Okay. Alicia, elaborate on your no clue. Valerie, let's see what you got here. The first time I learned how to do a lower third was with Bradley tutorials. Yes, Bradley was a key element.
Yeah.
A key element? Yeah.
The GOAT.
The goat. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Let's get started with this, everybody. If you want to follow along with us, have your Ecamm Live open and follow on with us. We have a grid, that is really important to use when designing lower thirds, and you can download it real quick on our Buy Me a Coffee. It's free, and you can follow along with the guidelines, okay? So if you don't have that guide yet, you can go ahead and do it. And for those of you who do not have Ecamm Live and you want to try it for 14 days, there's a link that you can just try it out for 14 days and check it out. But it also, Ecamm right now has a 30% off sale for the month of July. So for those of you who don't have it, this might be a great opportunity for you to try it out.
Yes.
Anyway.
Alicia, you have no clue what lower third is. You're in the right place. So we're about to get started with our presentation.
Yes, awesome. Victor, hello.
Hello, Victor.
Okay, so here we go. Presentation. We are going to be covering the lower third essentials. And the first is going to be for you, Alicia. What is a lower third? A lower third is a graphic overlay placed over the lower third of the screen.
And it usually contains text with the name of a person being interviewed on a show, a movie, or a commercial.
So, for example, right here, you see a lower third.
Yes. And it shows building blocks of Anna and Fuljens, right? So the name of the show and who is hosting the show.
Right. So you can make it as elaborate as you want to or as minimalistic as you want to. Okay. So that is the lower third, and lower thirds are lower thirds make a show.
Yeah.
They definitely make a show. Okay. So let's go to the next one.
The purpose of a lower third is to provide viewers with information about the person on screen so they could follow along with the conversation. In addition to a person on screen, it could also be a particular show topic, current events, special events, you name it, right? And in this instance here, we have Dan Courier, the founder of People of Video, coming up soon, hint, hint.
Yes, and as you can see here is really the graphic is on brand and the text is great and you can read it and you have all the information. You just show it up on the stream and you know what's going on.
Yep.
Right. So that's basically what the purpose of a lower third is. And then they can also be used for more creative purposes, such as adding graphics and animations to help explain complex concepts.
And lower thirds are an essential part of any video project, so it's important to understand how to create them effectively.
And this is how you do it. Typography. Oh my gosh, everyone. This is one of the main one. The most important element of a lower third is the text, the font. It should be easy to read and understand at a glance, such as right here. So you're here like, okay, who are these people right now? Anna and Fuljens from BuildingBlocks. And the text is very legible.
Yes.
Right? So any questions so far, everyone? You can go ahead and write it in the comments. Any questions for us? Okay, so here we go. Then we have our lower third for ENN. As you can see.
Yeah, everything is very legible. We use clean fonts, mostly sans serif fonts.
Yes, and look at this. Look at amazing. I'm just like telling you stuff. It's just great. Okay, we like to use sans serif fonts such as Helvetica New, Lato, and Lato, and Avenir. These are great fonts that read very, very nicely on lower thirds.
Yes. And placement, right? The text should be placed so that it doesn't obstruct important visuals in the frame, right? So if we went back to the ENN lower third, for example, you notice that it's like at the bottom and you could clearly see us and our the branding.
So we're going to go all the way back.
Right? So it's not, in the way of anything, right? You could see everything. You could see the background. You could see microphones if you want to. You could kind of see what's on our shirts and outfits and all that good stuff.
And one thing, though, also for YouTube, when we're streaming on YouTube and even on LinkedIn, there are some save songs that we have to check to make sure that, because sometimes, like, if you're just coming to the stream and YouTube has the play button, the fast forward, all of those things that might obstruct the lower third. And then also up in the top, we just have to be careful with those safe zones and make sure that we cover them. We place the lower thirds where they're not going to be hidden or blocked off, right? Okay. Everybody's so quiet. They're like, okay, we're just learning. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which we were...
Color.
Yes.
So to color, right? Use a consistent color scheme throughout your lower thirds. This will help create visual cohesion and make your overall design more pleasing to the eye, and also keeps in line with your branding.
That's right. And the color of the text should contrast with the background for visibility.
Exactly.
Look at this. It's a screenshot. They probably think that we froze. They probably think that we froze. We didn't freeze. That was a screen share. Okay, so here we go. Experiment, as always. You can experiment with creative font and colors, but make sure that the text is still legible, such as... This is us experimenting with our branding colors, text, and all of these things. So if you can see over here, we have the yellow. We have different font on the same family and in the same family. And then we just change the color of softbox.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Next one.
Bonus tip. To add interest, you can include graphic elements or animations in your lower third design.
Yeah. And here we go. Look at this. It's like we created this inside of Ecamm Live, everybody. These are the things that the designs that you can do inside of Ecamm without having to bring additional elements or apps, use additional apps.
And by following these simple steps, you can create professional looking lower thirds that will take your project to the next level.
That is right. And this presentation is going to be going to be available for download for you. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We are trying to figure out how to do this, but we will let you know when, because the file was really large and Buy Me a Coffee was like, no. But here we have Yvette. She is on the plane and she's listening to us. Hey,
thank you, Yvette.
Awesome to keep you company on the plane. Where are you heading to?
Enjoy your flight.
Yes. And then we have, here we go. Fuljens, that's for you.
I remember when I did my first lower third with my video toaster flyer years ago, and I learned about the bug to put it on your logo so nobody steals your contacts.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's a question that was it
G.
G
Albert.
Albert had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he learned about lower thirds while live streaming.
At church, when I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to identify the church and when the pastor started his message.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
And then was going to ask, so Alicia, let us know if you have any questions, or if this was straightforward so far.
Yeah. So now it is time to put all of that into practice and make an amazing lower third inside of Ecamm Live and incorporating it with Uno overlays.
Yes. So we're gonna create. Okay. So we're gonna do a merger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So before we do the merger, I want to show you something, right? Because we're gonna do, this lower third that you see here is built inside Ecamm, right? So there's nothing external, right? So we didn't use Canva, we didn't use Keynote, we didn't use anything like that. This is a series of text boxes, text font, and probably what are those squares? So squares can be probably like
There are
bullets,
emojis,
like emoji
elements,
bullet
yeah,
points,
emoji
right?
bullet points.
All this is done inside of Ecamm, right? So, and then of course you can see like when we switch scenes, it flies in, right? So you could assign a flying animation. And if we come here to this blank scene here, this was something that was designed inside of Keynote, right? And you can see like the different elements that are happening here. And then you're going to see the on air. On air should blink a little bit after a while. So it stays on screen, gives you the information. On air starts blinking.
That emoji is
And then it flies away.
that emoji is not the cutest emoji,
The nerd
The
emoji.
nerd emoji.
Yeah, I just had to find something. And you could assign it. You can assign something in Ecamm where it hides. There's something probably missing there because the Anna Hill and Fuljens Henry should have flew away also. Let's do that again. But these are things that you can build in Keynote using all elements that are native in Keynote. And you could also import your own images in there as well. Like the on air and the nerd emoji that Anna's saying is very weird right now. There it goes. It's gone.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, everyone. Okay. So we're trying something new. So bear with us. So Paul, would you like to try that? Paul, would you like to try that? Paul.
The poll.
Yeah.
The poll.
Yeah.
It was up. So the poll said, "What is your favorite lower third?" The answers were lower third with an image and text, or simple text only design. So far, we have 87. Well, the poll is complete. We had 8 votes. 87% prefer lower third with an image and text, and 12% preferred simple text only design.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even looking at that. I don't know. Okay. It is a lower third with an image and text. Here we go. And there's something about that because obviously, like, we animate all of our lower thirds, but adding an image is really cool. But we have also tried just text, right? A while ago, we tried just text, and it was kind of cute.
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends on the look of what you're trying to go for. That emoji resembles. Let's pull it back up. It's a grumpy nerd.
Oh my gosh, Alicia, you're my best friend today because he really made me mad this morning.
With my dentures and some. I already have the glasses. I can pull off the glasses, and I have like a strong prescription, so I could definitely pull this off.
Yes, you could. Okay, so let's get started. Let's do this. Lower thirds. This is how we do it. And
let's go
thank you, Yvette.
Let's go here. So we're back in Uno. And something important to know, right? So they're releasing new overlays. And now they have some overlays like this bug up here that have transparent background or the ability to turn off the background. So what this means is you can bring in the animations of the font itself or the text itself and add your own background in Ecamm. Mm-hmm. So let's try that then.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's do it. Yeah. And while we do this, everyone, how do you design your lower thirds? Like what program right now? If you design lower thirds, what do you use to design your lower thirds?
Mm-hmm. Right. And then, again, so again, before we do that, so let's check off bug and see what they have for bug, right? So you have the scoreboards here. Those are bugs. You have this live coverage, US Open up here, right? So you have different options here for bugs in Uno overlay. All right, so let's go back here, and there was a new one. All right, this is a new release. This is a scrolling ticker. And what's cool about this, we're going to use this, right? Because of course you have a scrolling ticker in Ecamm, but we are going to use this because we have what's called a separator image. And the separator image can be something like a URL from somewhere that you can bring in here, and it will separate each message for you, each line, which is pretty cool, right? And then we can bring that in Ecamm. We can bring that into Ecamm, and then we could add our own background and our other elements to it in Ecamm.
Yeah.
Right. So you can see how well Uno overlays and Ecamm live text overlays will work together.
Yeah. Yep. And we have, so Yvette uses Canva to create her lower thirds, and David Harvey official, Canva and Final Cut are my choices for lower thirds. Okay, I haven't used Final Cut Pro for lower thirds, like building them myself. I use created templates already, but I can try that. I just feel like, I don't know, David, I don't know if you feel the same way. I just feel the rectangles are like, oh my gosh, it's a little bit, it's not really intuitive on the way that I am designing. So maybe I can try it again.
Right. So right here, what we just did was we went to the Ecamm Live website, and then we took the Ecamm logo, which is behind our camera, and then we right click, and then we say copy image address. So that's a little cheat there. This way you could just take it directly from the site, and we use that as our separated image. Right?
It's just one image. Like you couldn't have other types of images?
As of right now, for the current build in Uno, they only allow one separated image and separated image size. And
so we feel that last Friday when we were talking about, there are a lot of things that we mentioned that now we see it. So Uno reps, if you're watching this on the back, right, on the low, can you add a way where we could use our social media icons, for example, and just have them differently there? We could do this with a font, but it will be better to just have the actual image there, right?
What do you mean?
That we could do it with a font. We can have the emoji font to have like YouTube, Instagram, the different social logos into the lower third.
Right.
I mean the scrolling ticker lower third.
Is there option to use custom fonts? Right. Is that what the request would be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Victor writes. Let me bring this up because this is like. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I can't bring the comments up because Fuljens has the other side.
Just finishing this. So just filling in these different lines.
Okay, so Victor, he writes, I mainly use Ecamm for lower third. Learn how from the one channel with two people. What was that channel called? Well, that channel was called BuildingBlocks.
All right. Perfect. Right. So we added some elements. Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to BuildingBlocks on the Fuljens Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This way we just have like some lines. You don't have to have all of these messages here. You could maybe, it's up to you, right? But they gave us 5 lines and we filled out the 5 lines. The ticker speed seems fine, right? It's set to 15.
I don't know. That thing is going fast for me.
The ticker is going fast. So let's bring it to 10.
That's too
Too
slow.
slow. 12.
That's still like, yeah, let's do 13 maybe. 13. Lucky 13. Okay. Is that?
Okay. Is that good?
Yeah.
All right. So perfect. So now I believe we're done here. Text color, we're leaving it as is. Let's see if we were to change text color to white. We can keep it. No, let's keep it black because we can depending on what we want, we can always go back and change it in real time, right? So we're done with this, and then we're going to come here and say copy output URL, And we're going to go back to our blank scene here. And we are now going to go into demo mode, Shift, Command, D. All right. And we're going to go in our overlays panel and select new widget and enter a name for this widget. We could say Uno Ticker. And then paste that in there. Oops. Right. Frames, 15 frames per second. Let's try 30 for a scrolling ticker. Why is the background not there? Why is the background there actually? There should be something else for that. Text color.
Yeah,
Okay.
do they?
Hold on. Let's go back to screen share. And what's cool about this, right? Because like we can go back to screen share and show you how to fix this in real time, right?
So the only reason we're using the scrolling ticker on Uno is because of the image, the separator.
The separator, yes.
So we could, like, for me, I will do it inside of Ecamm.
Right. I mean, there's other things that we can do here, but you know, since this is new, we'll figure that we'll just use a brand new one, right? So if you notice here, there's a ticker image. That's what's causing that background there. So you can just select that and delete it. And there you go. So now it's blank.
So repeat that again, just in case, because
I cannot because I deleted, but there was the image there. And then I deleted. Oh, let me see if I do Command Z. There it is, right? So that was there, default, and then we just delete it. So now it's blank, right? But this is for these two new ones, right? This is for, there's a bug and there's a scrolling ticker that allows this. Like the other ones, we currently do not have the option, Uno, to hide the background or turn off the background image. But that would be so cool. Uno, if you're watching, that would be cool, right? The ability to hide the background and leave the text, right? All right, so let's go back to blank. And there you have it, right? So you have a transparent background scrolling ticker with the separator image of your choice. And what we like to do is, and also it's going to stay within those confines. It's not going to go from one end of the screen to the other. So you could leave it that way if you choose as well.
Yeah, and you can, you know how some of you have asked if the scrolling ticker can stop at a specific point? This is a great shortcut.
Right. If you don't want to like do like the masking inside the Ecamm, so you can do something like this where you could build it outside and then bring it in and then add your overlays in Ecamm afterwards, right? So, and like what we like to do, like hold down the option key and you can trim this down, right? So this way you just keep this as is, right? Lost the Google Chrome for a second over here. All right, so now we have that. And let's add a background to this. All right. So
yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm itching to create a lower third right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's create a lower third.
We just had to pull this element first, but now we have that.
Yeah, I like it how it just hides, like it stops at that point. I really like that.
Yeah. All right, so let's create a lower third. So now we can do something like this, right? So if you're not familiar with building lower third backgrounds using Ecamm, it's as simple as Miss Hill. You can take over, and then we're going to create like a solid rectangle that could probably like stretch across the screen.
Right, so we're going to. So you want a background right now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, let's create a background for the scrolling ticker.
Okay, so we're creating a background. The background that we want is going to be square. All of the edges are going to be square. So to do this, we just go over here. Zoom in right over here, and we're just going to easily just click on this and go back out, and then we are going to label this. You want it a little bit smaller, the lower third, the background. To adjust the width of it, you can either adjust the font, or you can do it here with margin. Right, so in here, we're going to label it. What is the name of, are we going to say?
Something that's probably like a rectangle or scrolling ticker rectangle, right? Something long enough to incorporate the scrolling ticker.
Okay.
And we could always resize the scrolling ticker also if we don't want it that big.
I do believe you should continue doing this because you have your Go ahead. I'll
All right,
stick.
no, this is a good start, right? So building blocks, scrolling ticker, right? And the background, we can keep this background
Yeah.
color. And what we can do is like the font now, we're going to take this font and lower the opacity. It's currently set to 100. We're just gonna, nope, that's the wrong one. Go back here and then set this to 100, right? So you have a solid rectangle.
So
And
this is how you create solid shapes inside of Ecamm. Just you write the text and then you lower the opacity on the text itself.
yeah,
So on your overlays panel, if you see it here, it will show the name of your, so you can find it easily, but it won't show on the actual
right.
stream.
And then also with that said, depending on how much text you have in there, you have some flexibility, right? So this way you can probably stretch this a little longer, right? So we're able to do that because we have quite a few texts. We typed building blocks scrolling ticker, so it gave us some flexibility there, right? And before we go any further, in your overlays panel here, we're going to create a folder, right? So you can do select new group or shift command end, right, for a new group here, right? So we're going to click that and we're going to use, we're going to name this scrolling ticker.
Hello, Edward Jr. from LinkedIn.
Hello, hello, hello.
Good morning.
All right. And then we can take this now and drop that right in there. Right.
Could we put it like more towards the edge so that it doesn't like just.
Right.
That's looking. Oh, look! It actually showed Uno like when you hover over it.
Yeah, and you'll see that in demo mode. You'll be able to see on your end, but if because that's the name of the widget, right? But if we're out of demo mode and we're highlighting it, we can see it on the back end, but the viewer won't be able to see it.
Well, let's test that.
Okay.
Let's get out of the live demo mode, and you guys let us know if you see Uno ticker label.
Right. And then, so now that we have these two elements here, we'll give you a chance.
Wait,
So we're
got it, yeah.
highlighting it a little bit. And then as you can see, it's not showing up on the screen, right?
Okay, good.
All right, so we're good there. And so let's go back into demo mode. And we want to center this, right? So we're going to go back to our scrolling ticker folder that we just created and click on the chain link. This way it allows us to move both at the same time and center it, right?
Nice. Hello, Michael Hill. How are you?
Michael Hill.
Okay, so how about we create a super slick professional for those who, for example, was it Alicia? Was it Alicia? Who do not know about lower thirds. For example, Alicia, do you have Ecamm Live? So just a question just to take it from there. And how many of you watching already have Ecamm Live or do not? Just let us know. Actually, Paul, that might be a good Paul. Right?
Okay.
Do you
Takes me
have
a
Ecamm
while to
Live or not?
register.
Right. So so that we can create, so this is how we create a simple but really effective and professional looking lower third inside of Ecamm. So we will do that. And now you know how we can incorporate this. So once we create the lower third inside of Ecamm, we will have this scrolling ticker added to this lower third so that you can see how like they both play together.
Alicia has low Ecamm.
Okay, awesome, Alicia. So here we go. Here's how you create amazing lower third inside of Ecamm. So, Mr. Fuljens, take it away.
What do you have in mind?
So we can create something such as the one that we have here, which is nice and simple. And we can then add the scrolling ticker at the bottom with other information. Okay. All right. So here we go, everyone. You can go back to your.
All right, so let's come back here. And first of all, before we go any further, like how is the size of this scrolling ticker? Should we shrink it down a little bit?
Yes, definitely. Okay. Yeah. Right. That's it's kind of like.
So let's unlink this.
Okay, so LinkedIn user, hi, how are you? How come we cannot see your name in here? LinkedIn user.
Happy Friday, LinkedIn user.
Yes. Okay, Victor, you have only had Ecamm for a year? Oh, wow. Okay. Victor is a master of like all equipment.
Yep. All right, cool. So we have
That
this.
is looking a little bit more
It's a
delicate.
little bit more delicate, and just keep it out the way for now. And then with this, we're gonna create a new group here outside of scrolling ticker, and this is gonna be called lower third body.
Okay, LinkedIn user, I'm gonna get Ecamm Pro on July 30th. Yeah. There's a 30% off for the month of July. So
And so now we're going to create some lower third bodies, right? We're going to do Command N, and we're going to kind of like duplicate the lower third that we had before, right?
yes.
Okay, so we can do something like this, right? It's two rectangles, like an upper rectangle and a lower rectangle. So the best practice is just spell that out. So you
Yeah.
can type upper rectangle. Trying to type while it's transparent. Upper rectangle.
And you know what? This would make so much sense for you guys, like writing it like that, upper
Yeah.
rectangle, lower rectangle, so that when you go back in to change your colors, then it's easy for you.
Right.
Okay, Sanjiv, hi. I think we're
Sanjiv.
friends.
Good to see you.
I think
here.
we're connected. So how come I cannot see? We cannot see your name.
Leave this up here for now. All right. So this is the upper rectangle. What color should this be?
Let's keep it to. You know what? Let's do these colors. The colors of the E.
Okay. All right.
And then we can change it to your guys' color.
So we'll do this.
You get it? You're using the picker to choose the colors?
Oh, okay. Well, let's use the picker.
Yeah.
All right. We're using the picker, guys. So we're going to color pick. We're going to color pick right there.
Yes.
All right. And then now that we have this color, we can just drop it into our palette here. Boom. Right. So looks like a cherry red or something.
No, it's another yellow. And also the light affects it.
Yeah. So let's save that. So we have this. And then, hello, Eden.
Eden!
All right. So let's leave this here on the side here. Let me just go back for some reference. How thin were the things? Okay. It's pretty close. Just a little longer.
And Eden, your label weakness is about to become your strength with building blocks.
And then we're going to take this one and option drag, right? But don't option drag and leave it like that. So now let's take upper rectangle, the copy, and bring it down. Let's bring that down and rename this to lower rectangle.
Good morning, Julio Guerrero.
Let's bring this a little bit transparency back up. Lower rectangle. All right, and then let's bring it back down to 0 and save. Right?
Look at that.
So now you have upper rectangle and lower rectangle. And we can change this color now. Let's do the color picker again. Bring your shirt up, please.
Oh, sorry. sorry. Okay, you got it?
Hold on. Boom. And drag that in there. And that's fine. That didn't change color because we didn't select background. But now we're going to select the background and change the color of that to this yellowy thing. Right?
Ooh.
Boom.
Look at this. Okay,
So we have that.
I'm sorry, go ahead. But Michael Hill, we read your comments afterwards, and they're so funny.
So now that we have the body, right, we're going to take the body and we're going to bring it down into lower third body folder, right? This way, everything is grouped together there, right? So we hide it, both are gone, and then we'll bring them back up like so, right? So we have that. So we have, so now you have two elements here, right? At the top, you can add the name of your show or whatever, or the name of the host, the show, and then at the bottom, vice versa, right? Let's go back here. How was this?
But look at how cool that was, though, everyone. Like, if you have, you just easily just create two shapes, rectangles, and then your colors, if you're wearing your brand colors, or if you have them on a kid, you just bring them in, just create them, add them to your color palette, and off you go.
Yeah. And then before we go any further, right? Let's do this.
Oh,
Remember last week?
what
Hold
happened?
on a second. Give it
The
time.
weather. Oh my gosh,
Let's
Fuljens
have.
just wants the weather now.
You can have some fun while we're doing this. Which one did we use?
Oh, but wait, could they add it here? Like update their.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So we have the body, right? Do we want to add anything else to this before we go any further?
Yes, we should add the title of the show.
Right. Because if we're gonna add a Uno element here, we're gonna use one of these bars, one of these rectangles for the Uno element.
Right. Okay, so then let's just add the little elements that give the lower third a little bit of oomph, right? So let's just add the bottom elements that we have on the other one, the transparency.
Right. So okay. So like something like this, it's a little I don't even say tedious, but it's just like, paying attention to some details, right? So if you notice here, there's like a transparent rectangle under the Anna and Fuljens rectangle, right? So let's do that now. Let's go back to this blank one, and then we're going to do another option drag. We're going to take the yellow one, and we're going to option drag this one, and then we're going to change this to
Transparency.
transparent rectangle. Transparent rectangle.
Julia, we will get to your question in a second, okay?
And we're going to take the background now and bring it to, actually, let's keep it like that white and then bring it down to like 50. Let's see what 50 does. Yeah, 50 is cool, right? Because now you could take this and you can actually like lower it right there. And it adds a nice accent to it. And then you layer it beneath lower rectangle, like so.
And look at how cool it is. I will bring it up a little bit, tiny bit.
I agree.
A little bit.
And you see how quick that was, guys? It was just a matter of renaming the rectangle and changing it to the color of your choice, and then bringing the opacity to 50. Right, so it's good there.
And as you can see, if you haven't noticed it, when we're creating these, we're adding them inside that folder. So for example, if you didn't want to have the lower third because you wanted to just have a plain screen, you just have to hide the folder yourself. I'm gonna touch the folder.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you can just hide the folder itself, right? Like this, right? It is all in it. You see, and that's what is super easy. And then everything is labeled with its name on it. So you have to go back in and just change that transparent rectangle. You could do it. You could add a different color if you wanted to. You could perhaps add the green on the shirt.
We will. We will.
Guys.
So let's bring this down a little bit more, right? So we have this, right? So
Hi, Wayne.
Hello, Wayne. So now how we can add the green is, how we have it over here, for example. We have the little bullets. Maybe we could make those
cute.
green.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Before we do that, and this is why it's good, like, you have this for reference. Hold on. Let's clean this a little bit. All right. And then go to lower third. All right. So we have lower third names, lower third accents, lower third body. I would go to accents because that's what those bullets are. And there were text. All right. So it was a text. So I could take this and I don't even know what it was. So I could just say Command C, copy it.
Right. But that's because we have it. So how about we tell them how to do it? Right. Because they will need.
So we're going to come back to here. Right. And then we're going to go here to add a new text overlay. Right. And we're going to. So this is
a dot.
Yeah, what is it though?
It's a dot.
Is it a period? It's a square dot, but it's a text.
Listen, it's a square dot. No, but listen, everyone, I have a thing for you. So let me see this. Okay, so if we go to, let's escape out of it. And so if you press, let me see if it's true. Option, Command, Space. No, that's not it. Control, Command, Space. Yes, Control, Command, Space brings up the emoji keyboard. But if you already have a keyboard that you can just press it and then the emoji is there, then you don't have to do that. But in this one, we don't have it. So Control Command Space brings up the keyboard. All right. So now we're going to go to search and we're going to search. Let's see what dot gives us. You see this little guy over here? That's him.
Combining dot below.
Mm-hmm. And then you can look at variations depending on the font that you're choosing.
I think that's the best one.
So go for it.
I think that's the best one.
So that's how you will find that in any other.
So we're gonna come in here and let's go into the emoji keyboard and let's search for dot and let's select combining dot below. Right, so it's there, and just don't worry about that because it's has the white background, which you're going to turn off. And now we could change the color using the color picker. Boom.
And then that's perfect. And these are Wayne colors. So Wayne, you're so welcome. Like we're designing something that is branded for you.
Awesome. All right, so now this is where it might get a little tedious, but because I don't remember it being. So you see like how we have this dot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's try something, right? Because the dead pixel space can make it the job a little tedious. Right.
Oh, because the other ones didn't have it.
Let's see, right? So we copied it from the other overlay, and let's just say Command V, right? So this was the one that we copied, but it looks like it's gonna have the same amount of dead pixel space. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, right? So that is combining dot below.
It sounds like you're saying combining dot below.
Combining dot below,
Uh-huh.
right? How do you like this green? Because I'm getting Christmas vibes.
I mean, it's fine.
I guess you're right, because like that's the colors, right?
That's
Okay,
a color.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna do something like this: little option drag, and then option drag, and then so we have three. The three works.
That looks so cute.
You know, if you have time, like when you have like really have time to do this and take your time, you can do 4, right? But right now,
and
we have
also
3.
And then also go in, if like Fuljens said, you know, depending on how amazing you want this lower third to look, you can go in there and lower the opacity of it to make it look like a gradient, give it a gradient look.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and lower the opacity on each of them, which we did in the first one.
Right.
Money green, yes.
And then, so for example, right, you know why it's going to be easy to do this? Because there's no background. So this is the top one. This is the second one. And then you can do maybe 70, or let's do 80. 80. And then
70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yes. And then that was 80, right? And now let's do 70. And if you had a fourth one, you would do 60. And if you had a fifth one, you do 50, and so on, right? So as you can see it slightly. We can do a little bit more than that. Let's do 70 on the second one. And let's do 60 here. Right?
That's it. Look at how cool, yeah. And actually on this one, on the other one looked really nice, and it's not for us to change it now, but in my opinion, it looked better when it was all full opacity, like 100. But it's good too. Okay, so
right,
now
just to show them what to do, how to do it, and then before you continue, let's take these accents and group them as well, right? So these are your lower third accents, and so let's take these little 3 combining dot below and drag them in here. This way, they're all in there. Right. And then, you know, we had other elements there. Like, you know, you see, like we had other elements underneath the white rectangle, you know, and this is like how it depends on how much detail you want to add to your lower third. Right.
I don't know about you and you all, but this hour went by very quickly. Holy mother.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep, time
so
flies when you were designing.
speaking of that, how long does it take you, guys, to when you're designing lower thirds? How long, on average? How many hours? Because we're talking hours. Does it take
But
to
mhm.
design your lower third?
But also depends, right? Because it's how long does it take to design lower third without hosting a tutorial and
Yeah, well,
and stuff in between.
for me now it takes less, but before when I first started designing, it will take a long time because I wanted to do so many things, and then that's the
Hmm.
part that took a long time.
Yeah. So we're going to take the third elements that we created, and we're going to drag and drop them into this new lower third group. So everything is in there at once. All right.
Yeah, you see, it's Eden is the same as I was saying. Like Eden writes, I too long because I tried to get things aligned down to the minimum, which is what
Hmm.
happens to me too,
Yeah.
which is why Fuljens over here designs on online. Dr. Omar, thank you so much for being here. Have an amazing weekend, you two. Thank you for being with us.
And let's change this. We could probably change this to the red or yellow. No, let's do the yellow. Or maybe black.
Black might work. We might
Yeah.
have to change the text though.
Let's do black. And then we go onto the back end of Uno.
Exactly, Paul. The design is fairly quick. It is the tweaking. Yeah, that is
the
the
tweaking.
tweaking. Because we had the two rectangles, very easy, quickly done, and then you just add your information, which we haven't done, and we still have to answer a couple of questions. So
Absolutely.
let's just type a name to complete it.
Hmm.
So Valerie does lower theirs really fast now. It depends on what. I'll continue reading afterwards.
Oh.
It depends on what I'm designing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And did you or did you not want to add
Yeah,
an
let's
element?
add it, and we can have it on the countdown, because look at this. Like, if we only have like 3 more minutes to go, I wonder if Yvette's still here with us from her plane. And Yvette, if you're still here with us, how's the coffee on the plane? The coffee on the plane sometimes can be good, but other times, I don't know.
Okay, so let's do this.
So we're getting a lower third from Uno so that you guys can add the title to it, and you know how it works with integrating it, and someone else can be helping you. So for example, if you have a moderator, Paul is our moderator, so we can give Paul some certain information for him to add to the overlays on certain parts of the show, and it will happen. So we're going to show you that if you weren't here last Friday.
All right, so if we do New York, and we could, you could change the name on this particular ticker, but now when you select
Hi,
your
Dee.
location as Diana,
Hello, Didi.
when you select the location as New York, it automatically defaults to the current New York weather, 66 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny, and you have some weather elements here, right? And you could choose, this one lets you choose which ones you want: wind, visibility, precipitation, air quality, and all that good stuff, right? So we have that. And let's just go back to our lower third here to see which color is going to make sense. This is why it would be cool to be able to just turn off the background, right? Uno, if you give us that feature request, that'll be awesome.
Wait, the
That'd be so
background
awesome.
on the
For
on other
for
things.
this, right?
Okay.
So this one, we may have to just match the color. So let's say if it was like the yellow, right? And then the text was black, right? So like that looks good, like this.
Yeah.
And then we copy the output URL, and let's go back to blank scene, and let's add this as a widget. And then we're going to say Uno weather and Command A, Command V, and the 30 frames per second is working really well. So let's do that. See what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what? Enlarge the whole thing without having to crop it and see what happens. Well, you already did it.
Oh,
Valerie, that is a great idea.
It would have to be a little bit smaller, or the lower third will be a little bit longer, so depending how we want to go from here.
So there's not a way can you just crop it? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good idea. So let's take this and let's bring it as far as possible, right? And let's say we don't care about the pressure and all that stuff, right? So we can actually either turn that off in Uno, but I wonder how that would impact.
Hi, Doc.
Doc Rock. Whoa.
Oh my God. We have Diana and Doc here today, everyone.
Diana.
Hey.
So for the sake of, not figuring things out, let's just custom crop it, right? Boom.
There we
right.
go.
So you have that, for example. The color can be adjusted a little bit more, but this is cool. And then now if we want to do the remote production thingy, right? Are
This
we doing
is
it?
lit. This is like the concept. I'm just like,
So you know what? Now we have to do it.
Yeah, we have to do it.
Hold on.
So we're gonna do the same thing that we did last Friday, everyone. So we're going to share the QR code, and you go ahead and change.
Well, just keep in mind, right? Do not change it from location name. Let's go back here. Let's go back to screen share. Yeah. Do not change it from location name. Some of you were having troubles with that last time. Go to location and then click on the pencil, right? And then click, and then it's going to open up the search, and then you could type in your location, right? So Honolulu. Boom, right? So now we're in Honolulu. So now if we come back here, it said Burbank real quick. You saw that? Now we're in Honolulu, right?
I was over here dancing.
So there you go.
Okay,
all right.
Nice. Let's do this. So VJ, awesome. Can hardly wait to use this stuff as making it today is so much easier. VJ Romulus, you could share your design in Ecamm Live community, or you can share it on Discord, Paul. Yeah, I'm still training Discord, but if you can share it in the community, or you can also go to Anna and Fuljens and share it in our community as well, and we will come in and like it for you. It will be great to see what you design. Okay, for all of you.
Boom, there you go.
Okay. So while they do that thing, let's answer. I do believe Julio had a question about GIFs and.
Okay.
I believe it was all the way up. I couldn't mark it.
Okay. Let's just find this window back. All right. Cool.
LinkedIn user, don't worry about it. The cool thing about it is that you could replay. Okay, you can replay, and we also have our Anna and Fuljens community. So if you have any questions about it, go ahead and ask it there. Start designing. And if you get a little bit like you forget something, just ask us. We will be there to help you out, okay? So, and the community members too.
Yeah. Can animated GIFs be used with lower thirds? Yes, you can. And it's just a matter of taking a GIF and adding it as an overlay.
And that's something that we are going to cover next Friday, because next Friday is all about animation.
Yeah, and it is really simple. So we don't have any GIFs, to download.
We will do it next time, because we already have
as much as I want to, but
yes,
Anna
he
wants
does.
to do it next time. But yes, Julio, you could. That's simple. We'll definitely cover that next time.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Yes, Julio, next Friday we got you.
Is that link working or?
Let's see. So everyone, what we'd like you to do is scan this QR code in here, and you're going to change the weather. Okay, so this is something that you could do remotely if you have someone else.
Let's make sure. I'm just going to make sure that that's the correct one. It should be the correct one.
The QR code.
Yeah, no, that's the correct QR code. Yeah. Copy control URL. So what happens is like when you get access to that, you're going to get the same interface that we have here on the screen share. Right. And then you'll be able to have total control here and be able to update it on your end. Right. So this is great for remote production, as we mentioned before, or if you have a show, you want it to be hands-free and you want somebody on the other end basically taking over that information for you and plugging information. Even like when you have a news lower third, this is great for that. Right.
Yeah. So we can be talking about, so today in the Dominican Republic, the weather is actually 83 degrees and somebody will change that down here.
Right.
And I don't have to do anything.
Right.
So for example, Fuljens over there doing his thing. So the weather, I heard the weather in the Dominican Republic was really great today. Perfect for the beach. You won't even have to have an umbrella, which is amazing. But you do need to have sunblock. And this is the weather in the Dominican Republic, 86 Fahrenheit. And I didn't have to do anything. Fulgence did it. So someone else can do it for you too on the other side. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Paul, be the first one. Test it out for us and see if it works. Okay. And then that said, does anyone else have any questions regarding lower thirds, fonts, right? Remember that the fonts are really important when you're designing your lower thirds because it has to be legible and you can have fun with it, but just make sure that you can, you can see it. We like using sans serifs, which could be Helvetica New. It could be Avenir. It could be what's another Helvetica font? What's another sans serif font that we like to use? Verdana. Futura is also yeah. So you could use a lot of different sans serif fonts.
Yeah.
Okay. So I do believe that the yes, right? Yeah, the sans serifs are really, really awesome because listen, I do I do like serifs. Like I like serifs for reading. I do like it just for longer form, right? I like sans serifs because it helps me read and follow through later. I'm attracted to those because But yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so it looks like it's not working right now because nobody's changing it. So I think it's time for us to say,
let me see something.
Have a good weekend. Okay, Fulgen's gonna try. He wants to do this now.
Just make sure it's working.
Yeah, because Paul is not trying it out either. He's like, I ain't doing this. And so everyone just remember.
That is interesting.
Yeah, that is not working. It's not working. Yeah. So everyone make sure to show up, come to today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Ecamm Live Demo, where other more Ecamm Live features and cool things to do inside of Ecamm are demoed. So make sure you come to that. We love you too, Eden. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. And Avery, glad that Fulgence changed the face for you. It's all good. It's Friday. Yeah.
Is it?
Okay, that you got your grumpy face out.
Oh, the grumpy face.
The grumpy face is gone. Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for being here with us, and we will see you on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Ecamm Network News, where we update you on everything that's happening in the world of live streaming and in the world of Ecamm Live, and also what's happening on social media. Yes, so you can learn all of that there. Okay, anything else you would like to sign off with?
No, I'm gonna sign off with the correct QR code in the ending screen.
Oh my gosh, that's what he's doing here. He's like, I'm not giving up on this QR code. Okay, Spacha, hey.
I see what happened.
Okay.
I think.
You are so welcome. You're so welcome. And Fulgence, that you're good?
Yes.
Okay. Valerie, you're so welcome. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. LinkedIn, you showed up today. Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Social media is awesome. Eden, we got to bring you here. We keep talking about it, but we need to connect so that you can talk to us more about Camo and the new updates that it has, right? Okay, everyone. Fuljens is trying to do this QR code thing,
I think we're ready.
and
I think we're ready to go.
he's doing it. He's got
No,
it.
no, we're in the closing screen, right?
Oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna do the closing
Yeah.
screen. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Paul, thank you so much for being awesome.
Thank you.
Happy Friday and have a great weekend.
Peace.